Hello, sorry for the background noises. I had just to record this, so let's go. Welcome to Eliara Global Solutions. Today we are engaging in a critical and strategic reflection on political dynamics, tribalism, and class issues in the Democratic Republic of Congo. This message is an invitation to think differently, to build bridges instead of walls, and to put humanity, unity, and truth at the heart of governance. I would like to go straight to the point one because I believe that this is a critical moment for the Democratic Republic of Congo to hear from every side, every voices, and sometimes a little wisdom can come from it and benefit from all of us. To all of us. So here we go. On my first point, concern is the question of class and emotional manipulation. And we all know that the Democratic Republic of Congo is one of the countries that significantly is facing lower class mass manipulation. And you have been elected by these people. The majority of these people are from low class group of people that, whether you through your convincing speech or members of your political parties that convince the group communities to vote for you, and the least thing you could have done for them is to give them progression, development in the well-being, which here is taking them from the lower class where they are now to the dominant class. It is possible. It just takes willing, planning, and taking actions. So we know that the majority of Africans are perceived as belonging to a lower class. This is why political power is often confronted with insults, unfounded criticism, and emotional arguments manipulated to incite mass manipulation. And remember, I'm still talking about the lower class that voted for you and that are still being manipulated. I will get there. I will get about the exact manipulation that I think here you're doing. And manipulation where you're using these people for your interest. It is a matter of class identification, acknowledging where they belong to, and then someone leading them, offering them progression. And again, it takes the willpower, a good plan, and actions. The problem is that many citizens lack the critical awareness needed to analyze manipulation without falling victim to them themselves. But unfortunately, they are. They are falling victim themselves. Because what power do they have actually? When you have all the power within your brain and you manipulate people who cannot have a founded analysis or critics on whatever going on in the country. You deprive them of the ability to have their own judgment, arguments, and intellectual arguments, opinions about everything. So the dominant mass manipulating the narratives, twisting, and all this is population, emotional, psychological manipulation. And let me just go directly on my second point, which is the weapon of identity slander. The emotional weapon and slander against President Kabila, such as the accusation that he is not Congolese, are part of a long-standing strategy. So, to whom are you trying to influence on on hating, or who are you actually trying to break? Is it himself, President Joseph Kabila, an adult as like you are? So when you are attacking his identity, slandering his belonging in Congo, even though I don't know, I don't have any personal opinion about him, any affinity to him, but this is really just a God-ordained voice that I am sharing here. So assume that you're right, all right? What you claim is true. So what purpose do you think you will gain on doing this? Are you trying to influence me? I was actually 11 years old when you made Joseph Kabila president in 2001. And I had a chance to meet him personally, face to face. And I remember how svelte he was and how he couldn't actually really speak by himself, maybe based on language articulation he had in the past. But we're talking about someone who is not the same person that you made in 2001. Someone who transformed, someone who progressed, someone who changed, someone who who became someone, actually. Oh, I don't know, maybe you're trying to manipulate the minds of the one who were maybe 5 years old, but still 5 years old, and right now, baby, we be 30 years old. So who are you really trying to convince here with this baseless attack on his personality? It's just not baseless, but it's really a huge distraction from you. And a light as brilliant as yourselves appointed him president in 2001. It is inconsistent to now validate the argument that he is not Congolese. Look at you. This makes you more vulnerable than him. My advice, if you allow me, abandon this baseless attack. It has no value. Change your narrative. If you have something else to attack him, please move on. Go on. But this, no, please. And my third point will be the loyalty as a strategic strength. Loyalty as a strategic strength. And this is for both sides. For everyone. Loyalty is not only shown to those who are loyal to us. It is proven especially towards those considered traitors. And I know what I'm talking about. This demonstrates the strength of character and protects you from from future mistakes. You do not stay in power by excessively controlling your enemies. Instead, you win over the people. If all your energy is directed towards attack, you forget to build a lasting relationship with those who trust you. Those who I'm talking about, the lower class who voted for you, who chose you as president, as leader. You waste your time instead of building a bonding relations with your people. They are the one you should rely on, because after all, they have to vote for you if you have to stay in power. And least but not the last, time to govern. Time to govern, not to seek revenge. President Tshisekedi, it is time to change course and develop the nation. You do not make the DRC great by exposing your grudges against your allies or opponents. It is never too late to correct a mistake. The Martin Fayulu affair. And I remember in 2000, let's say 18 December, I had a vision concerning him to rely on Bemba, and I had to share to Martin Fayulu, best friend, and I don't know if he had transmitted this message. I remember telling him that the Lord is asking him to listen. I don't know what Jean-Pierre Bemba told Fayulu. I wasn't there. I am just a vessel the Lord has used on that time, and I'm not a person who watches political affairs and everything. And trust me, I wasn't even aware about the names of the government members of. Believe me, I'm telling you, I wasn't aware of who was who, what. I mean, the politics, the news wasn't really my focal point. But growing of maturity and serving the Lord, I understand that if I don't share the revelations, then God will blame me. So let me just share it and then I'm done. So I've done my part. And I remember insisting, I said, you have to tell him. The Lord is telling him to listen to Jean-Pierre Bemba. So here for the Fayulu affair, though useful now, the video he just made could have been resolved earlier. This decision now seems more strategic than sincere. I mean, better than late. Let's move on. My last final point. Kabila in Goma and the tribal signal. Kabila is in Goma, an unstable area. Yet he is warmly welcomed there because he speaks Swahili fluently like the people of Goma. Tshisekedi, on the other hand, does not speak this language as they do. This makes Kabila one of them and create a climate of fear among your close collaborators who are not from Kivu. And I'm speaking to you, President Tshisekedi. This linguistic detail has become a powerful tribal tool in the political arena. I thought that was my final part. I just drafted this because the revelations were coming, it was flowing, and then I was just writing. And yeah, so there is a final point, which is the ultimate call for national unity. But before that, let me just come back to Kabila and Goma and tribal signal. President Tshisekedi, you are at the focal point. You are at a strategic point, position, and of power where you are. Here now, what the fifth point going to respond to what you have to do or what you can do against that. The ultimate call for your national unity, that's what I was saying. President Tshisekedi, turn this situation into a strategic advantage. You come from Kasai, not Kivu. This means you can prove you are above tribalism by valuing competent people from regions other than Kasai. Break the dynamic of tribal domination by prohibiting the excessive use of ethnic languages in official places. I remember when we were school, in class, I remember in the 1995 or 97, my classmate at the age of 7, they could speak Swahili, but I couldn't speak my father's, local, my mother's language. No, but most of my friends, they could speak Chiluba. Mostly Chiluba. The way you really train your children to speak Chiluba at early age, wow. That's fascinating. And also Swahili. They teach their children they can speak that at early age. But right? Lingala is like our first national language of the whole country. But there are some regions like Goma, the Katanga region, the Kasai. For them, it's Chiluba or Swahili. No, not Lingala. So what's the problem here? As I was saying, promote a tone of equality among tribes. No one should display excessive pride in their ethnicity, even though they have the right. But you can change, you can redirect this strategy, this pride, into something productive for the whole nation, so everyone will feel integrated. All right, integrated. Because there are some people, whether in institutions and companies, they don't feel integrated because there is so much pride in this tribe, group of people from the same tribe who seem so strong, so enticed, so close within themselves. And this is not bringing unity, it's dividing people and actually creating envy and jealousy. Please don't let the devil use you all. No one should display excessive pride in the ethnicity, like I'm saying, in a nation suffering from tribalism. This is how Congo will move forward. You can do this. You are capable. You can do it. It's now or never. Good luck, and may unity be your legacy. So, my final advice, and Joseph, please reach out to Tshisekedi. I'm laughing because I'm just reading and then I realized, like, okay, it just came last after when I finished the whole part. Yeah, it's funny, right? But I know your wisdom will tell you otherwise. Right, okay, I was saying, Joseph, please reach out to Tshisekedi. He's the president, you are not. For you to become president again, you don't need a cold-handed attitude to highlight the unhealthy relationships between opponents. Politics is not about pretending. It's about serving the best interest of the people and the nation. That's what good politics is. And Tshisekedi, don't ignore Kabila. Do you realize what you could gain by having an open and positive outlook on Kabila, despite all the challenges you both have? Even though biases and non-constructive criticism will always have something to say, you will be seen as a pacifist, someone willing to unify the nation no matter the differences between us. For the sake of the country, let everyone enjoy life on earth by leading the nation toward reconciliation and patiently waiting for the turn to lead again. What do you think about this? Well, it's up to you. Good luck. I love you all.